I've been painting about 10 years at this point, and I have made quite a bit of progress from when I first decided to pick up a paintbrush until now. As I look back on my learning, there are 5 things that I would have done differently. And I'm going to share those things with you today because I believe this will help you learn watercolor even faster. Number 1, I would paint smaller. For some reason, I had this idea in my head when I was first getting started that I needed to paint the same size of paintings that the artists I was following and learning from were painting. Even a quarter sheet at 11 inches by 15 was a little bit big when I was first starting out. And so I probably would have started to paint much smaller. By painting smaller and more often, you will gain a much faster understanding of watercolor timing, of brushwork, of perspective, of drawing, of all of these things if you are painting a smaller size. A smaller painting is less of a time commitment, and it's easier to complete a small painting before things are starting to dry up and you're getting hard edges and all those other things. And so by painting small and painting more often, you will learn things quicker and get a better feel for working in the medium. Number 2 is I would practice specific skills. A lot of people, including myself when I first was learning to paint, thought that to practice painting, I needed to just keep painting complete paintings all the time, right? Just from start to finish, paint a scene, paint a scene, paint a scene. And that is a way to learn, but to learn even quicker, you can practice specific things that you want to get better at. If you want to improve in color mixing, do some color studies. Really take a look at your scenes and see what you want to be doing better and set aside time to practice those specific things. Drawing, painting skies, painting figures, just working on anything that you are struggling in. That hard work will show up when you are actually painting a full scene. And number 3 is I would spend more time playing. And I just mean playing around with the medium, getting to know my brushes, practicing mark making, just doing little doodles. You know, I don't like that word doodles. You know, working in a sketchbook, practicing things that you don't put any weight on their outcome. If you take time to play and not put so much weight on what it is that you're creating, that is a great way to grow. You're just getting more and more comfortable with your supplies, your pencil, your tools, your brushes, your paper, all of these things with no real pressure on any outcome, no expectation to complete a painting. Introducing more play and lightheartedness into my studying early on would help me take faster steps forward. Number 4 is I would use better supplies from the beginning. There are some supplies in watercolor that just really make a big difference. One of them is paper. If you are only painting on cheap paper that has wood pulp in it, that isn't 100% cotton, it's really hard to work with. Now I know that there's extra cost involved, so maybe you don't use, high quality paper for everything that you do, like value studies and things like that. But if you want to get a good feel for what you can create in the medium, having good paper really does make a difference. The way the paper absorbs the pigment, the way the paper will stay wet longer. All of these things make a big difference in how your washes flow in the way that you can create. So by using high quality paper as often as you can, even in those early years of painting, will make a difference in your output. The other part of supplies that I think matters a lot is paint. I recommend using tube paints over pan paints. That is simply because with tube paints, you can get a much richer mixture of paint. If you can think about that early on, it will make a difference when you get into working with values and really painting scenes with vibrant light. You need to be able to paint the strong middle values and the darks as well in order to create that vibrant light. And that's easier to do if you're working with tube paints rather than pans of paint. And finally, number 5, I would do more paintings in one color. You probably hear me harp on this all the time, but learning and understanding values is the thing that really helped my paintings out the most. And when we take away color and we work with only one color, we can think more about tone than color mixing. I feel like color mixing gets in the way. It's the thing that most artists want to work on right away, when I feel like value and tone is the understanding that will make the biggest difference in your work. Values are so important. I made a course, and the main module of the course, Module 1, is all about learning values, value studies, and how to paint the light in your scenes. And if you're interested in that, you can see a link down in the description below. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things I would do different if I was just learning how to paint and starting over from scratch. I would paint small and often. I would practice specific skills to improve, not just trying to paint a complete painting every time. I would play more and bring some lightheartedness into my learning and not put so much weight to make a completed painting. I would use better supplies, specifically good paper from the start, and I would work in one color more often and focus on learning values. I hope that was helpful for you today, and maybe there's one of these things that you can implement in your learning to really speed things up for you. Next week, as I continue my intuitive practice series, I'm going to show you how to do a graded wet into wet wash. This is an excellent fundamental skill that I use in almost every painting. And if you're looking for a resource that can point you in the right direction and help you out today, take a look at this. Have you ever been really excited about a painting and you get all set up, you find that right reference that you're excited about, and then it's time to go and you feel lost? I have a free resource that I want to give to you today that can help with these problems. My 5 steps to plan a successful watercolor painting. I walk you through the crucial planning phase of your painting that will help you understand what you're going to paint first, second, and third. The planning is really so important, especially in watercolor. This medium is harder to correct. It's so immediate. So having that plan is very important. I send you a PDF that you can download. And the great thing about this is you can have it on your phone. You could print it out. You can download this right now before you start your next painting. All you have to do is follow this link here and download my 5-step guide to planning a successful watercolor painting.